Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Laureli Shimayo. This is MeWe Fairs for energizing body, mind, heart, and soul. We have events throughout the Northwest, many online, and tonight we have our MeWe Fair, our online fair. So we've got 12 practitioners that are going to be introducing ourselves and answering questions from the audience in the form of an intuitive panel. And then we're going to be in breakout rooms all night, and there are so many different offerings that we have. There are educational talks, group readings, and group healings. I'm going to put the list of breakout rooms. This is going to be later, but this will give you an idea of who's here tonight. I'll put that in the chat for you right now, and we're continuing to have people join us. This is great. So let's see, we are going to, oh, and you can see the list of everything that's happening tonight by going to jointhefair.com and scrolling down and see the schedule there. You'll see information on all the practitioners that are here, all the talks and offerings that are happening. And you'll also be able to see everyone's contact info and all that. You can also go to a breakout room. We have a fair schedule breakout room where you can see the schedule. And there's a flyer that I, in theory, can post in the chat too. We'll see. Okay, great. So we've got a question coming in the chat. So yes, if you want to ask a question of the panel, please let us know in the chat and we will get you in line to be able to do that. Let's have the practitioners introduce themselves first. Okay, great. And so we're going to start off with, and I'll just call in order everyone, and then we'll see if we stick to our order. It'll be RoseMarie, Angela, Brooke, and Brooke, we got to change your name. I'll work on that. Smita, Brenda, Susana, Brionna, Crystal, and then Newcastle Oracle. All right, great. And so go ahead and take a minute and share about who you are and what you do. RoseMarie's first.
Hello, everyone. I'm RoseMarie Davis. Welcome, and we're glad that you're here. It's always a wonderful opportunity to talk with you. I am the lead Avisha for Dragon Mastery LLC. And Avisha is a Sanskrit word for teacher. It's feminine, and so we're going to be celebrating this feminine energy as we explore esoteric and mind sciences. Our students focus on learning Hermetic principles, mind science, meditation, chakra clearing, and so on. We are just here to help us connect with our higher selves and help us find out what makes us tick and get through those daily issues that cause us pain and grief so that we can have a better, more enjoyable life. I'm going to be in room 6, and I look forward to talking with you.
Thanks so much, RoseMarie. All right, Angela is next.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Angela. I'm a Peruvian shamanic practitioner, a Reiki master teacher. My original training is Wiccan-based witchcraft, so I have a variety of energy practices to pull from. I look forward to talking with you all tonight.
And maybe, I know it's really quick, do you mind sharing just a tiny little bit more? How did you get started doing your work? So we learn a little bit more about you.
How I got started. Well, my original training began after I went to Barnes & Noble, and a book on Wicca literally glowed. And so I read it, and one thing led to another, and eventually Peru started following me around like a little lost puppy. And then I ended up taking my shamanic training about 20 or 21 years later.
Great, great. Thanks so much. All right, I think Brooke is next.
Hi, my name is Brooke. I'm an evidential psychic medium, which means I connect to your loved ones on the other side, and I bring forward messages through evidence, evidential messages letting you know that your loved ones are still with you. So I always like to say, if you're not sure what that means, think of Teresa Caputo or something like that. Evidential messages from your loved ones on the other side. I've been doing this for about 4 years. I've trained with the Arthur Findlay College in the UK. I've trained with the Journey Within in New Jersey. I've trained with a lot of people. So that's really like my passion is evidential psychic mediumship. And I'll be in room 5 today, and I'll be teaching a beginner's course on evidential mediumship. So if you guys are interested in mediumship, what that is, maybe thinking you have some things you want to explore with your, mediumistic abilities, then it might be a good place to start. And I'll just be teaching a evidential mediumship beginners course in room 5 today.
Great, thanks so much, Brooke. Next, we've got Smita and then Brenda.
Hi, I'm Smita. Nice to hopefully see everybody today. I am here because I am also a psychic medium, but I connect with your loved ones on the other side using my pendulum. And so I'm able to channel messages that I can pass on to you. So hopefully I'll see you in room 11. I'll also be giving some talks as well.
Great. Thanks so much, Smita. We've got Brenda and then Susana.
Hello, I'm Maestra Brenda Jamesgard, and I began my psychic journey in 1985 at the Church of Divine Man in the Washington Psychic Institute in Portland, Oregon, with meditation training, psychic healing training, and clairvoyant seminary. I was ordained as a minister in 1988, and I graduated from the Shamanic Ministry and Teachers Program from the Audacious Spirit in March 23. I can help to clear and heal energy blocks that block you from accessing your full joyous potential. I'm an experienced psychic, and I'm trained to help you heal and learn about your energy and space, assisting you in discovering your choices. You can book me for a full reading through the Audacious Spirit website, and today I will be doing 2 guided meditations in room 2. I'm also offering like 10 to 15-minute past life and spirit guide readings for an encouraged donation of $20. Also next Thursday, I'm doing a sacred journey to your summer garden at 5 o'clock through Audacious Spirit, and I can get you a link for that as well. Thank you, and have a great night, and I hope to see you in room 2.
Thanks so much, Brenda. We've got Susana, then Brionna, then Crystal.
Hi, everyone. I'm Susana with Dragonfly Holistic. In my work, I bring to the table a blend of Akashic record clearings for people, pets, and locations. I also do shamanic soul retrieval, inner child, and intuitive body-mind healing. I've been in practice in this lifetime 30 plus years, and a lifetime as a natural psychic medium and intuitive. Tonight, I'm offering in my room, number 12, a 10 to 15 minute by donation of $25, a channeled healing in regards to health and relationship challenges. In this work, we'll be accessing the subconscious for blocks to positive energies that are holding you back, and validating and releasing the negative energies that you're dealing with and are ready to release so that you can move forward. This is a mental, emotional, and physical and spiritual level process. I look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Susana. Brionna, Crystal, and then Newcastle Oracle.
Hello, I'm Brionna of Mystic Mantis Arts. I'm a visionary artist, intuitive astrologer, tarot and oracle card reader, and Reiki master with a focus on crystal and animal healing. And I like to connect with you, your higher self, your guides, and help relay any information that's relevant to the current growth you're in, or to help awaken you into your starseed abilities. So hope to see you in breakout room 4.
Thanks so much. And then Crystal is on next.
Hi, my name is Crystal. I'm the Multiverse Frequency. I get messages from your past loved ones, your pets, and your inner child. I usually do lectures on how to basically use your intuition. You drop your baggage from all that you were taught, and you unlearn it so you can access a higher frequency. I'm going to be, I don't know what room I'm in, but I'm going to offer 10 for $10 today, 10 minutes for $10. And then, I do private sessions as well. So if you do want to work on your intuition and developing your gifts, please feel free to schedule with me. I'll give you my email. I hope you guys have a great day, and this is going to be so much fun.
That's great. And all of the practitioners' contact info is there at jointhefair.com. You scroll down and look at the flyer. All right, Newcastle Oracle is next.
Hey, I'm the Newcastle Oracle. I am an international speaker, an author, a psychic. I do energy work, physical healing for the last, I've been like this my whole life, but for the last 10 years, have been doing readings and mostly physical healing publicly. And I will be in room 10, I believe. And if you'd like to book, not sure who that is.
Sorry, let's get everyone muted. Yeah.
But if you'd like a private session, I'm offering a discount tonight of $150 an hour. And then in my room,
nobody paid.
Hey, sorry,
paid for that
hold on.
shit.
Sorry, we're getting an interruption. I'm trying to figure out where the person is. People are changing names or maybe left. Okay.
No worries. And then
okay, go ahead. Yeah, jump back in.
So I'll be doing readings for $2 a minute if you want to join in room 10. So there you go.
All right, great. Sorry about the interruption. And then I'm Laureli Shimayo. I'm an intuitive eye reader, body psychology coach, and matchmaker. So I believe that we all read eyes all the time. You think about when you can't see someone's eyes, there's so much missing. As soon as you see their eyes, there's so much there. I read your soul in your eyes. Eyes are a window to the soul, and I use it to help you find soulmates as well as answer other questions, things like your purpose or relationships that you're in already, all kinds of different things. I am running the fair tonight, and in the main room, I will be sharing some samples about your eyes and matchmaking advice throughout the fair. All right, well, this is everyone that's here at the fair tonight, and we might have one more person joining. And if it does look like there is someone else that is a Zoom bomber and not really supposed to be here, do let me know, and we will move them out of the room. Let's see, I just moved one person out. Okay, great. I think I got them out. If it, goodness, all right. Hopefully they're out. And yeah, they just disappeared. Okay, great. If anyone else has any trouble with anything, let me know. And by the way, if anyone invites you to go to a breakout room and it's not one of us that's a practitioner, don't go. That was one way that people were causing some mischief at the last fair. One other thing I wanted to share too, just before we go on to the panel, and by the way, if you want to ask a question of the panel tonight, please let us know in chat that you want to do that. You can put your question in the chat, or you can simply let me know that you're interested. We prioritize answering questions from people that have not asked questions at the panel before. I currently have in line Paulette Raspberry, iPhone, Marlene. I thought Marie had something, but I got to go back and get more. Oh yeah, there we go. And Marie. And before we do that, I want to mention one other thing. I'm going to share my screen briefly. So I think you can see this has Ryan Isaac coming up here to the top. So Ryan Isaac has been a practitioner with us for a year and a half or so. I'm not quite sure. He opened to his gifts during the pandemic by going to lots of different groups is how he really grew his gifts and got practice and then has been a practitioner. And the best information that I have is that he actually passed about a month ago. So I believe he's no longer with us. And this is the first time that we're meeting online since I learned that he left. So legally, I've checked into all kinds of things. If anyone has any other information, feel free to share that with me when we're not in the middle of the group, just on the side when we're running things. And yeah, I deeply miss Ryan. And he was a big part of our online fairs, and he helped prove the model of how some of how the online fairs work and how it really supports practitioners. So thanks so much, Ryan. Thanks everyone else for continuing in the tradition of all that we started many years ago and continue to grow and be of service to all of us. All right, let's see. So Paulette Raspberry is the first one that I have. if you want to come up here on screen, you're welcome to do that. I just need you to have your video on. So Paulette Raspberry, do you want to come up on screen? Do you want me to just call off your question? It's up to you. Oh, great, there you are. All right. What is your question for us today? Let's get you unmuted. You should be able to unmute.
Did you want me to speak?
Yeah, go ahead. Ask your question because everyone will feel your energy and hear your energy as you ask.
I had asked about myself previously as far as my purpose is concerned, and I was told that I came from a healing group, I guess. I don't know, I'm new to this, but I would have to have transformation. I would have to transform in order for me to complete my purpose in the years to come. There's something happening in the years to come in order for me to complete my purpose or work with my purpose. I need to transform. And I didn't really know what that meant.
And you said when you've asked before, you've just asked other groups before, or what did you?
I think I paid for a reading.
Okay. Okay, great. Yeah. So
Questions
that's
that I
fine.
had to ask.
Yeah. And do you have questions about what your purpose is or how to shift into that or anything like if we get similar
Yeah, that would
information to what
be
was shared
great.
before? Okay, great. All right. So who has an answer? And I'll time you. And then you have about 45 seconds to a minute to share. And I'll just start waving my rock here to let you know when you're getting close. Okay, great. And in line, we've got Angela and then Brionna. So Angela, go ahead.
Hi, Paulette. We all have to transform to follow our purpose, and that can mean a lot of different things, and it's different for all of us. It can mean healing past traumas. It can mean tending to our mundane house and leaving the cruddy job and finding one that pays better to support us, taking whatever training we need. It can mean just a host of different things. So it's hard to, without knowing more, to really specify for you exactly. But we can certainly explore that among the different talks and things this evening to help you figure out what might be the best path forward for you as an individual.
Okay.
Great, great.
Thank
Thanks, Angela. And then we've got Brionna and then Brenda in line. Go ahead, Brionna.
Hi. So yeah, transformation can be big, right? It can be something that at the start of our journey, we look completely different than who we will be at the end of our journey. And so oftentimes that involves really taking a good internal reflection and life review to see what is no longer in alignment with us, what is holding us back from stepping us into our full potential. Just depends on what is developing for you. But astrology is definitely a tool that you can use to kind of pinpoint time frame for transformations, as far as like what sort of themes that you're shifting into focusing. So if you have your birth information, we can definitely look into that. I know for myself personally, I'm experiencing a personal year of transformation in astrology as well. So I fully expect, like, even people sometimes fall away out of their life, and we have to create space for what we're stepping into. And yeah, I've got the moon is a really great way for you to tap into the cycles of the, releasing and then building up a manifestation. So if you haven't already tapped into like the new moon, full moon, and the astrology of that, definitely something worth looking into. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Okay, let's see. RoseMarie has something to share. RoseMarie, can you turn on your video and I'll bring you up here in Spotlight? Great.
Absolutely. Hi, Paulette. That is a tough question for anybody that's thinking about doing something new in their life. Where do you start? Who am I? What do I have to contribute? But transformation is kind of really understanding what resonates with you, what excites you about life. That's your inspiration. That's your gift that you have to bring to the world, whether it's music, teaching, helping others, medicine. We all kind of have something that resonates deep down in our hearts. That's that thing that once we tap into it, we're able to kind of connect with an energy that's beyond us. So I would recommend, one of the things I teach is kind of reconnecting with yourself, finding a few minutes sitting with yourself and asking yourself what excites you about life. What do you enjoy bringing to others? It could be just, fixing good meals for people down the road. That's where you get your food banks and those are the people that want to go out and help the homeless. Just make sure they get a good meal. There's others that get inspired in medicine and end up curing incurables, So for each of us, it's going to be a little bit different, but there's something that you kind of feel that resonates with you that you're not tapping into right now. I would take a few minutes and sit with myself and ask, what is it that excites me? What do I need to learn, and who do I need to connect with? And then you'll start to get excited, and the road will it'll unfold for you, and you'll start to see some things you probably hadn't seen before. So I encourage you to just kind of, touch base with yourself.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, great. Thank you. And then we've got Brenda and Newcastle Oracle.
Hi, Paulette. When I took a look at your energy when you were talking, and then just while other people were talking, transformation is a big word that can cover a lot of things. But what you were showing me is that for you, it's really like a journey of trust or faith. And so the transformation for you will be a deeper level of trusting your own inner knowingness and your own ability to know your own answers, really. And so that's what I see as the beginning of your journey, is to really lean into those things that might be scary, it might be a little off, or maybe I'm not sure, but just to lean into them and trust yourself on the path of your journey.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, great. And then Newcastle Oracle.
Hey, Paulette. So I just kind of see you as a kind of administrative manager, like a bit of just an encourager, serving other people. And I feel like for you, it's just going to be taking action. It's like you getting in the car and you tend to make calculated, very wise decisions. But I think this is going to be a journey of like go take some risks, get in the car and start driving and just kind of like learn some more about your giftings. You're very, very encouraging. You're a big, big giver. And I think part of just this transformation is going to be you also learning how to receive and kind of finding balance in that giving and receiving.
Thank you.
Great. All right. Let's see. And then we've got Smita. Go ahead.
Hello. What I'm getting from your energy is possibly that you are a healer and you might look into studying Reiki.
I've looked into that
Is that
before.
something?
Haven't really followed through, but I have looked into it before.
Great, great. And I'll say just a little bit based on your eyes. So part of this journey, so I think that you and I have some similarities. I think that your first talent is knowledge. I was a scientist, and so you probably have a very practical, grounded part of you too. It's about the physical plane. And so in order to really grow and mature and be the best of who we are, we need to open to our intuitive knowing. And you have to kind of open to your knowing to be open to the possibility of your gifts opening in this way. So, I mean, if you're heading this direction of something in this field, and so know that you're a great problem solver, and that if you're want to play more in just the third plane here, and on kind of this physical plane, be in a place where you can solve complex problems, and people want to know the information that you bring and the solutions that you bring. And as you open to your gifts, trust and open to your knowing, where you know, even though you can't prove to yourself why you know, and just go with that and discover how you're actually picking up things that are relevant and useful. All right, great. Thanks so much for your question, Paulette. All right, next we've got iPhone about a life partner. iPhone, if you want to come up here on Spotlight, we need you to turn on your video. I know I have one iPhone right here. Do I have more iPhones? We want to make sure you can hear us. So just plain iPhone, I think, in purple. We want to make sure you can hear us before we be answering any questions. Did you want to come up? And if we can't connect with you, we will move on to the next one. Oh, it looks like your video's on, but we can't see you. You have something covering your video, maybe? Can you hear us? Can you say something? Hi, iPhone. Sorry, we can't hear you. All right, let's go on to Marlene. Oh, Marlene, maybe with just sharing a thank you. Marlene, did you want to ask a question also? You might have just been appreciating. Marlene. All right, how about Marie? And Lena Marie also has a question. Marie, is Marie here? All right, Marie, in theory, you are still here. Marie, if you want to come up on Spotlight, just turn on your video. Oh, Marie. Oh, all right, maybe she moved, maybe video came on. Yeah, Marie, did you want to? I can't quite, oh, there we go. Okay, great. Let's get you up here. Hi, Marie. It's a little bit dark,
Hello.
but we can see you. What's your question?
I've been feeling not great since the past 6 months. My body's giving up on me, so I was just wondering what do I need to do more?
What do you need to do more? What do you need to do less? Like, what kind of changes do you need to make? Is that what you?
Yeah, because I tried so many things and it didn't work. So I was just wondering where should I go now? Like I try what's it called? With the needles, I try massage, I try so many other things so my body is better. And
Yeah, acupuncture.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. All right, who's got some insight for Marie?
No, I see myself. Okay.
Okay, Angela's got something. Okay, go ahead, Angela. Let's get you unmuted.
Sorry about that, technical difficulties. Hi, Marie. there's a lot of things that can be tried. A basic energy healing to go in and cleanse the chakras is always a good place to start. Nutrition, that's part of what the Four Winds teaches us about. There's a whole section of training we went through called Grow a New Body. I can talk a little bit about that. I'm assuming you've already been to a doctor and made sure there's nothing, you know, in the blood work or anything serious going on.
Yeah.
First. So yeah, there's a number of things that can be discussed. That's going to be a little more in depth than just the few seconds we have here in this panel. But we'll all be around all evening. So.
Okay.
Great, thanks so much, Angela. Oh yeah, and if you want to, so we're getting people in line to ask questions, and there's a video of most of us introducing ourselves, and I'll put a link to where that video is in just a moment in the chat. Okay, let's see, we've got Crystal and then RoseMarie lined up to answer.
Hi, Marie.
Hello.
They showed me like your blood, and so it's funny that she said you got the blood test done, but I'm just seeing like circulation essentially, and they're showing me your calves, and your calves affect your lungs. It affects a lot in your body. So I would start definitely getting more massages on your calves to get that blood flow regulated. Then they also said look up Louise Hay Louise Hay. And what she does is basically combine your elements with your emotions. And so they were basically saying that because the universe is mental, okay? So when you cause dis-ease in your emotional universe, you're going to bring it to fruition to your physical universe, okay? So check your emotions, see what's bothering you, and then figure out how to drop it, let it go. Just like a purse or something, just drop it, because you're holding on to something and you're not letting it go. Okay.
Thanks so much, Crystal. RoseMarie's next.
Hi, Marie.
Hello.
The first thing is always to check with your doctors, of course. But breathing and what we eat, as Angela said, is very, very pertinent to the energy that as it flows through our body. So maybe some changes in what you eat. Take a look at what you eat. Fasting kind of gives your body a chance to adjust to other things instead of the normal, like we eat the same things every day. Fasting gives you an opportunity to get rid of some of those things that you would eat. Maybe try some more fruit, sitting down, getting some good air in your in breathing in your prana to help encourage circulation. So I would definitely encourage maybe a scene, you know, getting out of your 9-to-5 regular weekly environment, trying some new meals, getting some breathing and changing your environment just a little bit for a little while, and see if that doesn't help inspire you from internally out. And hopefully that can help energize you a little bit more.
Thank you. I just moved away from 40 years from Ontario. Now I'm in Quebec. So.
Oh, wow. That is a big change.
A big change, yeah.
Great. All right, we've got Brenda and then Brionna. And Brionna, turn on your video, please. I'll spotlight you.
Hi, Marie. When I took a look at your energy space, I saw a lot of, it's like gray energy, like a fog, and it was really dense around your third chakra, which deals with our power and creativity and our ability to manifest. And so I offered you a healing, and you said you wanted one energetically. So I healed that and moved that gray foggy energy away. It can be very sluggish, and sort of gave you an overall healing. And what came up for me is, I don't know if it's possible or if you've tried this, but possibly finding and working with a naturopath who can really holistically look at your whole system and help support areas. And the other thing that came up was drinking water. It just kept coming, water in all forms that I could see. So I don't know, drink lots of water.
Thank you so much. I do.
Great. And then Brionna.
I actually have a couple of crystal recommendations that you can bring into your life to help kind of shift some of the energy. There's bloodstone and hematite are both good for circulation, those popped in. And then sodalite, if you are dealing with kind of all sorts of uncertain health issues, can be really great. And then if we are able, if you have awareness within your body where these physical imbalances are, we can pinpoint where in your energy body these originate from. And so you can kind of look into the emotional root that brings these manifest in your life. And then astrology is also a great way to help reflect what sort of time frame you're dealing with certain health issues. It can help you figure out when it started, even if it's, sometimes it starts before the physical symptoms show up, and then can show you how long you can expect some of these symptoms to last. Because very oftentimes we have transits will activate things in our chart. So definitely something to look into. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great. Great. And then just a little bit from the body psychology perspective, say that it's kind of a mixture when we don't feel good, right? Our energy gets lower, and so what's first, kind of the chicken egg kind of thing. Your energy definitely has a lower, like a softer, too soft energy to me. And I wonder if there are places in your life where you really are wanting to say no, like there's a part of you inside that wants to really say no and to stop something, and that you haven't let yourself do that. And so anything that you can clear out of your life that you don't want, it might be activities or work or people or something. I feel like that's part of what's holding you down. So the more you can do that, it'll allow more life energy to come through you. And that's part of what will heal you physically too.
Thank you so much.
Great. And I just mentioned in the chat, I put the fine print, so I'll just call it the fine print. By participating in this event, the attendee understands that most of us are not medical doctors, are not giving medical advice. The attendee further agrees that information gained from this event is for educational purposes only. Please seek medical help if needed. The attendee identifies MeWe fairs, practitioners, and vendors for any result related to the application of these educational skills in practice. Thank you so much. All right, great. Thank you so much, Marie, for allowing us to answer a question.
Thank you. Bye.
Let's see, an L06654. I put you in line. I'm guessing that you want to ask a question, and I see also that Andrea has a question too. All right, let's see. So next we've got Lena Marie. Lena Marie, did you have a question for us?
Yeah. Hi, Laureli. Thank you.
Let me. Can you turn on your video, and then I'll bring you up to the front?
Oh, you know what? My video, I thought it
You
was
don't have
on,
to.
but
Let's see
I'm
it.
okay with turning it on. Video settings, choose. I'm not used to using the computer for this, so I thought I had it on. It's not on?
I can see you.
Okay, let me see. Somehow I can't. All right, let's go find where you are. Oh, there you are. Zoom used to pop you to the front, and they don't pop you to the front anymore. All right, there you go. Now you're here. All right, lovely to have you. All right, what's your question?
Okay, so I have had a very long-standing friendship with someone I considered my best friend, and in some ways still do, over 55 years. And today she wrote me a very long letter about our relationship. We had kind of a falling out in the fall. I won't go into detail, but my question is, this is so distressing to me because on a deep level, I always feel connected to her, no matter what's going on with us, but she's very unhappy right now. And I'm trying to address that, but I just want to know what your suggestions are for moving forward.
Great, thanks so much for your question. All right, let's see what comes up. All right, let's see, let's have, Angela, RoseMarie, and Crystal. So go ahead, Angela might need to get brought back up.
Hi, Lena.
Hi.
55 years is a very long time. I can understand why that would be distressing to you. But remember, not everybody is in our life for the whole of duration. The only person we go through life with is ourselves. And sometimes relationships change, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, even though it can be painful. Sometimes the right thing is for people to go their separate ways. They've learned the lessons, they've done the work, and it's time to move on. And without knowing the whole situation, it's hard to be very specific, but it also might just be something that she just needs time to process or to come to terms to. The best way I would suggest starting to process that is really sit down and be honest with yourself and give thanks for the lessons and the good memories and all the ways she's made you a better person, you know, and just be grateful and just hold that space for her to work through whatever she's working through, that if it's appropriate, she will then reach back out and reconnect. And if not, let it just go with an honoring that the work is finished. We can still hold that person in our heart, but it doesn't mean they're really supposed to be part of our life.
Okay.
Thanks so much, Angela. Next, we've got RoseMarie and then Crystal.
I totally agree with Angela. I was seeing primarily just allowance. Part of the relationships that are the most difficult is allowing people to kind of go through what they're going through. As a friend, you've seen her go through a lot, and she has as you as well. She has also probably seen that you've been going through some changes personally. And sometimes that kind of gives people a feeling like I might be intruding, or I might be not getting what I need out of the relationship. So sometimes just allowing the person to be able to go through and work through some things that they may be going through. You might have seen some things along the way that you probably didn't recognize as a problem. You kind of thought, oh, well, she's kind of going through it. She'll be okay. She's gotten through this before. But sometimes just being there, letting people go through it, letting her know that it is okay for her to go through what she needs to go through, but you'll still be there as her friend. And then she will come back, God willing. And that's just kind of how relationships work. You know, we kind of push people off when we need them close. And so sometimes it's just better to let them bring us back into their lives.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, RoseMarie. Crystal and then Smita.
Hi, Leanne. I got lessons and experience and energy exchange. So people come in and out of your life for experiences or lessons, you know, relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Also, what happens is you offer energy exchange. So, you know, what you may get from them may be something different of what they get from you. And basically, you guys are not vibing on the same frequency anymore. Okay. So if you're vibing at this rate and she's at this rate and she stops eating meat, then you guys are going to, you know, vibe differently. And so that's all it is, just a change of frequency. All right.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
And next, we've got Smita.
Hi, Lena Marie. Sorry to hear about your falling out with your friend. That is a very long relationship. I definitely understand that can be very difficult. I was told from Spirit that possibly it may be something that you can work on. It may just be a breakdown in communication between yourself and your friend, and possibly just speaking about it, communicating, making sure you're both on the same page. It seems like she was meant to be in your life for so many years, and I feel like it's possible that she may be meant to continue being in your life. It might just take some work.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Smita. Next, we have
Take
Brionna
care.
and then Susana.
Hi. So before you even finished your first sentence, you just said, my friend, I felt a wave of grief wash over, and I want to apologize for the pain that you're experiencing. I lost a 20-year friendship a few years ago, and I deeply understand how impactful that is in so many areas of your life when they've been so integrated for so long. And in a lot of ways, it was more difficult for me than losing a romantic partnership, because they were through so many changes and so many partners throughout the years. And then, you know, it's something you have to honor within yourself as well, the loss in the space. I got the oh, it's not coming up here, the ego card reversed, showing that there's some chains being broken, that there's some shadow work at play here, and the opportunity for you both to reflect on ways that you contributed, but also ways that you were strong within yourself too. And just know grief comes in phases, and to honor this space, because it will come up and affect your life in different ways. And take all the time you need, be gentle with yourself, and give each other space.
Just those of you with cards know the trick is you have to put it in front of your face and then move it back so that's in focus. So that's how, yeah. And then move your face closer to the screen and you can get the card bigger. Yeah, great. Technology.
Mm.
I know, crazy. All right, Susana's got something too. Sorry, I lost track of my timer. All right, go ahead, Susana.
Elena,
Bye.
I definitely got the grief right away. That was one of the initial things I got with that. And it's really good to be honorable for your own process. I'm in agreement with Brionna, what she had said. I also got that you're in a soul family with her, so you'll always be connected. It may not be, again, that this time frame and your friend needs space, but you'll always be in that connection with her on a soul level. I hope that helps.
Yes, thank you. It does.
All right. Thanks so much, Lena, for letting us answer a question.
Thanks so much, all of you.
All right, so let's see. We've got iPad. Is iPad here? iPad is in red on the.
Yes, I am. I'm here.
Okay, great. Let's bring you up. What is your question?
I was wondering if anybody could tell me anything about how my mom and stepdad are doing.
And are they with us here on this plane, or are they passed?
Passed.
Okay, great. Yeah, we got a lot of mediums today, so.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I'm just going to mute you. It might be you. There's some background sound. Okay, great. Thank you. Let's see what comes in. And sometimes people want to know their names. Do you mind sharing their first names?
I'm Sandy, and my mom and my stepdad is Peg and Ed.
Okay, great. Thanks so much. All right, Brionna and then Brooke.
Yeah. So as soon as you said my mom, I got this really excited energy of like, oh, she's asking, I'm here, like wanting to let you know that she's with you and she's present and she's doing well. And as far as your stepdad, I feel him there. He's just a little bit more in the background to her, but she really wants to be heard and wants you to know that she's with you and guiding you. And if there are any particular scents that come to mind that remind you of her, that's definitely one way that we can sense our loved ones when they're on the other side too. So, but they're present with you, and she seems very happy.
Great, thanks, Brionna.
Thank you.
Next, we've got Brooke and then Crystal. So go ahead, Brooke.
Hi, how are you? Okay, so would you understand that one of your parents would have passed away from heart-related issues or a stroke?
Either of them could have.
Okay, because I'm getting like sweaty and my heart is like pounding. So I feel like I'm with your mother. I feel like your mom just kind of comes through, and usually when they come through, they'll just kind of like give me how they passed away right away. So I feel like would you know that your mom would have maybe like had some anxiety issues, or she would have liked to kind of have things the way that they were, like in place all the time, and kind of, she was like an ABC kind of person?
Yes.
Yeah, because she's like, she's very nervous because my desk is kind of messy and she wants me to tidy it and fix it up. So she's telling me to fix my desk. But let's see here. So I feel like she's coming through and she just wants you to, would you understand why your mother would be wanting to explain to you that she doesn't want you to hold on to a sense of guilt for not being able to say goodbye at the very end? Do you understand why she's saying there would be some sort of a separation at the very end for you?
Yes, she passed from COVID and I had to pull her off the ventilator.
Okay, so she's talking about not wanting you to hold on to that sense of guilt. She makes me feel like, look, like this is like a really big thing for her. It's this guilt that she holds on to about the very last piece. It's like feeling like you didn't get a chance to say goodbye to her. She says that, like, I don't know if there was like you were able to like speak to her through like a screen or something like that, but she talks about like, I heard you. You didn't think I heard you, but I heard you. Do you understand that? Yes? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
She very much needs you to understand that
Sorry,
she's
Brooke, I
every
just
word
want
that you said. It's very important that you know that. And it's very important that you know that you don't hold on to any guilt associated with her passing, because what are you going to do? She says, what are you going to do, hun? You know what I mean? It's like,
So
you
Brooke,
have
I
to
just got to pull you back in. I know this is hard when all the information is coming through. Okay, great.
Yes,
so Brooke's
definitely.
clearly got more that she could share. Okay, Crystal's got something too.
You meet me in room 5. I'll finish for you.
Crystal.
Hey, Sandy. So what they were showing me was that your mom is looking over your shoulder, and she likes when you wear a certain apron and when you cook a recipe of hers. So she, again, with the ABC, like right on point with the recipe. So she's there with you in the kitchen. And then Ed is hilarious, and he has like a great laugh and a huge chuckle about him. And so they said, just remember his laugh. And then also you hear your mom, and you don't think that you hear your mom, but you do. All right. So tune into that more and go ahead and communicate with her, because they're there. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great. And then Newcastle Oracle has something as well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna reiterate what a few people have already said. Like I saw your mom standing behind you. It was as if she was going to reach over and just kind of give you a pat on the back. And then she was just kind of hesitant. And so what I was sensing is like, I feel like you already talked to her, but feel free to just keep talking to her, even in those times where you don't feel like she's answering. She's definitely there. I can see her. She's definitely with you. She wants to help. And so don't be shy about just continuing that relationship.
All right, great. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sandy. All right, let's see. We've got time for another couple questions or so. We've got Catherine, Mercedes, Esmeralda, Dre, Kate, Kelleher, and then we missed earlier iPhone. So let's see. Is Catherine Mercedes or iPhone?
I'm here.
Okay, now I got to find you because you don't come right to the front anymore. Okay, great. Bringing you up here. And what is your question?
Hi. So my question has to do with career and location move. I have been applying for months, and I have been told by different intuitives, as well as have really felt strongly that I need to be applying. I need to make a career shift and a location shift, and I feel stuck. I've just been going and no leads. So I was hoping that someone could give me a bit of clarity.
Great. And I'll say in terms of career, it looks like you feel emotions deeply. So big waves of emotions, big waves of emotions. So this connects with seeing not only what's here, seeing what's possible and wanting to inspire and motivate people to stretch and reach for that. So you want to be in a people field. You want to be doing something that you really believe in. You want to make a positive impact that you get feedback on. So it could be, it could be managing people and managing a project and people, but it could also be something about specifically moving people forward in coaching or spiritual work or energy work like we're doing. I think you're also energetically sensitive. So anything around energy or insight and uplifting people. And you really need to be able to get feedback about what you do, and you need to believe in what you do. You need to really feel good about it. And so if you have not had those things going on, those are the kinds of things that I would go looking for. And you want to be in your higher consciousness, you want to be in a place where there are enough people that are more conscious, part of an organization that's more conscious, or in a community, people that are more conscious, so all those kinds of things. Do you want to share what work have you been doing?
Yeah, I work at a nonprofit. So it is on paper, I guess, very people oriented, but it's political, and it's very it's political. It has to do with laws and
so it's a little too logical, too data focused, and not enough about
very
people.
logical, very data.
Right. So it's good that it's a nonprofit, but so getting it more directly involved with people. Okay, great. RoseMarie and Brionna are next. Go ahead, RoseMarie.
Hi there, Catherine. I see you kind of inspiring to kind of lead people into a direction. So taking those skills that you have, I would recommend that you imagine the potential. How could you best use those skills to go out and help more people? Because I think you're limited to, and a lot of us get this way, we see ourselves doing things, but we get limited to what we've done in the past or what we've seen from our communities. I think you have the potential to go a lot further than you could even imagine. So I want to encourage you to just kind of break the mold and see what the potential is. How can you use those skills to connect with more people on a one-to-one basis and really make changes in others' lives? Because I see you as a leader. I see you as someone that could take folks by the hand and use those tools that are out there to really advance their lives. It might be something that you're not familiar with at this point, it might be new ground altogether. But I see you, if you imagine yourself beyond what your current limitations are, I see you going really far. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, RoseMarie. We've got Brionna next.
Apologies, I got loud noise out. I'm in the city right now, but
Okay.
I heard very loudly, and you're not going to like it, the word April. And so I looked into the transits around April, and that is when we have Neptune moves from Pisces into Aries. So Aries is very much like a business oriented energy, entrepreneurial stuff, whereas Pisces is more like spiritual, being of service. So I'm getting that over these next couple of months that it's really pertinent for you to spend time in reflection, connecting with your heart, connecting with your spirit, and really clarifying what it is that you want out of this change. And instead of looking at the time frame, looking at how you can embody those changes now before you bring that shift into your life. And if you have your astrology, we can definitely look into your personal chart and where these line up in your houses and everything. Yeah, good luck. I know it's tough waiting.
All right, great. Anyone have anything else for Catherine Mercedes? I say, where do you live now?
Seattle.
Okay. Yeah, so Seattle's okay. It is a big city, so there are lots of opportunities to find some things that are in alignment, and your energy is a little bit softer than what Seattle generally is. So to some extent, but these energies are a little too soft maybe, Bellingham and Port Townsend and Portland and Eugene and those kinds of places. So you're really in between those cities and Seattle. So if you feel a draw towards any of those kinds of places, those might be cities where there's somewhat of a better fit. But I feel like you want to be up to something that's big enough and impactful enough. And in some ways, the cities might be too small, too slow. Anyone have anything else? All right, great. Thanks so much for jumping in and asking a question.
Thank you.
All right, and then Esmeralda, I think you wanted to ask a question. Are you here? You've been in and out a little bit, Esmeralda. Now I gotta go find where everyone is because I can't see everyone the same way. Esmeralda, are you here? Did you want to ask a question? Oh, I see you now. Did you want to ask a question? Do you want to turn on your video and I'll bring you up?
Yes. Let's see. I'm not sure how to turn on my video. It's my first time.
I had it prompt you.
Okay.
And you don't have to come up on video, but okay, great.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah,
We
it's
got you
my
up
first
here.
time. It's my
All
first
right.
time on iPhone. So, okay. So a couple of years ago, I was a case manager for unhoused families for over 20 years. 4 years ago, I had a complete just breakdown. Just it wasn't for me, and I had a complete life change. I think I had like a dark night of the soul, came out of that, and then just realized that I wanted to use my intuitive skills and start working in that. So it's been 3 years in and out. So finally, I was scared to put myself out there as a tarot reader. Finally, I got a little part-time job with an app. And I feel like I'm doing really good, but I just make so many excuses as to why not log on. And I've been manifesting this type of work for over 3 years. I finally in March, and I just do the bare minimum.
Yeah,
And I feel so bad. Yeah. And so
yeah, it sounds like you're
what
struggling with
is
imposter
making feel
syndrome. Go ahead. What are you?
yes. Yeah, I feel that's what I feel. I'm scared. Like whenever I start logging on, I get really scared. Like I don't want people to call me, but then that's what's giving me my income. And then after the call, it's a wonderful call. I'm so pumped up. I do 2 or 3, call it a night. And then the next day, that fear starts again. Like that
Yeah.
little girl that's going to start kindergarten every day over and over and over.
Yeah, it's great. A general way to talk about this, she has imposter syndrome, and so many of us go through this in various ways, and so many of us go through this in layers at different stages as we open to new things. So let's see, we've got Crystal and Angela that have things to share. Go ahead, Crystal.
Do it scared. Do it scared. Every single time, every single day. And then it'll work down, it'll work down, it'll work lower. Because you're awakened, you're sparked, you're here to do a service, and humanity needs you. Okay. If that's not the like driving force, then stop doing it. Do what excites you and brings you like immense joy. Okay, but
Mhm.
sometimes you gotta do things scared to like it's your superpower. Basically, it's your nerves. It's excitement on a lower vibration. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you're good. You'll be fine.
Thank you.
Okay, great. And Angela is next.
I have a couple thoughts on that. First of all, keep a journal. When you have a reading and it really resonates and the person's like, man, I listened to this advice, or I didn't think of it that way, but it opened this whole new avenue, or I took your advice and this wonderful thing happened. Make a log of that so you can look back at it and have that very concrete record to fight back against that imposter syndrome. Second thought is some of these things actually can have past life or childhood energetic roots that can be addressed shamanically through soul retrieval and other types of shamanic energy work. So that's something to consider.
Okay, thank you.
That's great. Yeah, ways to shift these things. All right, great. And it looks like we've got RoseMarie. And wait, did someone just turn off? I want to make sure RoseMarie, Maestra, Brenda, and Brionna. Did I miss anyone? All right, RoseMarie's next.
And Esmeralda, that's a big step that you've taken, recognizing that you do have a calling to assist others. One of the main things that I want to just talk about is the fear and overcoming that. Whenever we do something new, we don't think that we'll measure up, or when we start, we have these great ideas about what we can achieve. And then as we sit with ourselves, those old thoughts start to come into our mind and cause blockages and so on. But overcoming fear is a step-by-step journey. Every time you do it, you'll get better at it. So one thing that I'd like to recommend is that you don't give up. But before you get ready to click on and start your day with your online things, one thing that I do before I speak or anything, I ask for the ability to connect with those that are coming to me, because they're coming to you for a reason. Your energy has called them there. You have something to say. So know that you're there for a reason, but then ask for the ability to connect. And you might not even know what you say, but you might change someone's life in an instant just by connecting with them. So know that's what you're there to there. You're answering your life calling, and you'll get better step by step.
Thank you.
Okay. Maestra, Brenda's next, then Brionna.
Hi, Esmeralda. When I took a look at your energy, I'll agree with what people are saying. You have to lean into the fear a little bit. Some things that came up is to really make it like a job. Like, this is when I go to work. You know, when we have jobs that we don't really like, but we have to go, you go, even when you don't want to. So really setting up and setting the energy so that at this time I sign on and I go to work. That, and then also, yeah, sitting down beforehand, meditating, clearing your space, asking for guidance from your higher power. And then I would also really lean into, you said when you're done and you've had readings that you're really excitement and you have a lot of joy in that, really hold on to that. And when you're doing like your meditation and your clearing before you log on, call that back up, call and remember that joy, and then proceed from the joy. And I think that would help. But yeah, you have to just work through the fear, unfortunately. Good luck.
Thanks so much, Brenda. And Brionna.
Yeah, definitely getting for you to get curious about your fear, ask where it's coming from. Is it coming from something right now, something from past conditioning, or even a past life? Because that stuff will come up to be clear. The more you advance your energy skills, the more within your spirit comes up to be healed and cleansed as well. And one thing I have noticed, because I've been doing this almost 7 years and I still can feel that energy sometimes, is we tend to connect with the energy of the people at events that we're doing readings for and things like that, building up to the event. And so that I used to feel like that was anxiety. And then I started, once I recognized like, hey, I'm tapping into the collective energy here, I started recognizing that my anxiety of like, I would say the phrase, I am not anxious, I am excited, and reframe and shift into that energy instead, because it can really, really help. Yeah. Good luck. Thank you for doing this work.
Thank you so much.
All right, great. Anyone have anything else for Esmeralda? And we do have practice circles. So one thing is practice, practice, practice. So it's great you're doing it, letting yourself be paid. And if it helps you to do a few more sessions where you're not getting paid and so you come to trust yourself more, that can be helpful. We do practice circles here as part of MeWe fairs and looking to see if I know I've got more scheduled, see if I've got Facebook events made. Oh, Susana's got something to share and Newcastle Oracle and Smita. Okay, let's get more people up here.
So what I got on the charts is, can I go? Okay.
Let's see.
That you have a, oh,
Go ahead.
sorry. You have an identification program around doing the tarot, and this was in at birth in 26 BC, and the energies are frustration. So I'm clearing those for you right now, but it's deep. It goes way back to a past life and a birth process as well. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I could feel like I remember being 3. My mom says it's impossible, but I remember being around 3 years old, 3 and 4, and just when I saw I was drawn to tarot cards, everything tarot, it just something was calling me. But of course, that got wiped out with my family's beliefs and stuff. But when you said that, I felt it. I felt it. I'm like, yes, I remember. Yeah, thank you so much for that.
Right. And Newcastle Oracle has something.
So I would just say like a practical thing, like this stuff runs in your family, definitely on your mom's side. And then I think the block is your father. And so the big thing I would just encourage you to do is everybody does this from time to time. It's where we run our thoughts through other people's brains. And so every time you have a thought of you're not worth it, you don't know what you're doing, you're insecure, whatever it is that comes up, just write it down. And then you get the blessing of reprogramming your own mind. You don't have to have someone else do it. It does help, sometimes, especially, and it doesn't even have to be a man. Like it can totally just be you. But I would just start taking notes of all of these thoughts that are coming to you because they're not being generated from a good place. It's just past lies. And you're actually, as you start to break these things, the experience of doing it, breaking these lies, 6 months to a year, like those butterflies are not, you're going to even forget you had butterflies. And that's the beauty is, just deal with every time, whether even when you're at the grocery store and you start to, you're picking up other people's stuff. And then as you're picking up other people's stuff, you start to change who you are. And so I just say, don't change who you are. Just be you. You're powerful and just go with fire.
Thank you so much. Yes. And especially that also resonated because my father, I don't know him. And for so many years, I didn't really, it's not like I care. I was just had all my feelings, but maybe 3-4 months ago, I started feeling like a, not even resentment, but like recognizing that a lot of things that are going on with me right now, I recognize that that's where they're coming from. So I think just today, funny that you mentioned this, just today I was in the shower and I was like, I don't know this person, but I know that this person or this side of the family or whatever that was, that connection is part of why the reason. And the reason why I wasn't recognizing was that I was just focusing on my maternal family and my maternal ancestors. And I wasn't even thinking about that side. Thank you so much for that. Because that
You're
just
welcome.
Yeah,
Great.
thank
And
you.
Smita's got a little bit more.
Oh yeah, I just had a little quick message was that you're on the right path in your life and that meditation I found personally also really helped a lot with calming your nerves before doing readings. And Laureli was right about the practice circles. When I was feeling not as confident and a little bit nervous, I had practiced quite a bit with the groups online, and that really helped me with my confidence.
Thank you so
And now
much.
you're
Thank you.
here.
everyone. Yes, thank you.
Great.
Thank
Thank you
you,
so
everyone.
much, Esmeralda. You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, great. We have made it to the stage of our event where we are going to be splitting up into breakout rooms. So I just put a list of the talks that are coming next, and right above that are the breakout rooms. The public breakout rooms are the ones that you're welcome to move in and around throughout the fair. They're numbered. They have the practitioner's name and then the general offering that they do. Every practitioner is doing different things in their room. You can see the schedule. If you go to the fair schedule room, it's up on the screen. You can go to jointhefair.com and scroll down and see it there. And I'm going to be here in the main room answering questions, and I'm going to be posting what's happening in all the different rooms throughout the fair. So I give a message that comes across your screen 5 minutes before something starts, and then right when it's starting. And you're able to move from room to room, the public rooms throughout the fair. If something does cost, the practitioners will be telling you that before you get started with them. Everything should be, I think everything tonight is free to watch. And then if you want to get specific messages to you or specific healing for you, there might be a donation or a sliding scale or a price or something like that. So find out what it is before you jump in. And there's a community room you can socialize, and you're welcome to come back here to the main room. Yeah, I think that's really all you need to get started. Let me I just close up the video. You can find out all of what we offer at mewefairs.com. That's MEWEFAIRS.com. Thanks everyone for all your questions for the panel and for people on the panel. This is how we make all this community stuff happen.